What's up, YouTube? Today I wanted to do a discussion topic about your own financial security and how sometimes these precious metals that we get into aren't exactly what we think it might be. For me personally, I got into this hobby thinking that it would be used for wealth preservation and as a hedge against the stock market, just in case there was another collapse. It wasn't that long ago in 2008 that there was a stock market crash, and following that crash, there was a rise in precious metal prices. And here's the topic that I wanted to talk about. Specifically, that after the price ran up for precious metals, silver up to 50, gold up to 1900, it steadily collapsed through 2015 and even at the beginning of 2016. So, what we tend to think of as a sure thing sometimes isn't always a sure thing. And many of the people who are stackers really don't like the stock market because of the same manipulation that happens to metals. So, is what we're doing tainted by the same thing that affects the stock market in metals? And if so, are we setting ourselves up for another disappointment? One of the reasons this whole topic came up was because after the chat about security, I was talking with Silver Siren, Silver Hair Gamma, and RB50, and we discussed, what happened to the previous YouTubers. And it was mentioned that a lot of the people that used to produce videos back then, who were talking about buying silver, buying gold, ultimately the people that watched them turned on them because they had lost so much money. We're not even talking that long ago. If you look back, you'll see plenty of videos from 2011 through 2013, and then it just stops. Then we have a second wave between 2014 to 2015, and then it stops again. So it really made me wonder, as a new YouTube creator or a content creator, what happened? And from what I can tell, the people that used to kind of encourage others to buy precious metals, ultimately the people, the viewers who ended up buying, got upset at the content creators. Specifically when watchers were buying silver all the way down from 50 all the way down to 14. Eventually there was a burnout and ultimately a little bit of a mutiny. So anyone new that's coming in now, I just want to use it as a warning. Take your chances when you go in, and remember to get out when the getting is good. This is mainly why I chose the direction for my channel that I did, because I don't want to make recommendations on what to buy. I'm just letting you know what I'm buying. Because when the time comes, if there's another collapse, if there's another boost in the economy, precious metals goes down because it goes inverse with the economy. We've seen it just like the stock market, that there's always collapses in PM prices for decades and repeated consistently. Both stackers and collectors have to be careful. And if you're new, just be aware that this has happened before. The same manipulation that happens in the stock market happens in the precious metals market. Don't be fooled into thinking that it can't happen again, that the only direction is up. There are still some YouTube channels that are around, but really some of the more popular ones now aren't really that old. And the older ones no longer produce videos because their experience, I'm guessing here, but I think their experience is telling them not to say too much this time around. In the background, I'm showing some coins I've come across along the way where it's not exactly what I thought it was. I got a coin, it had some milk spots. I thought it had a good grade, I got a low grade. I thought I had a 1916D, it was a 1916 illegible mint mark. There are plenty of disappointments that come with this, but at the same time, there are plenty of hidden gems. You never really know, and it all really depends on your risk tolerance. I'm just saying, I'm not a financial advisor, but I would just say for anyone new coming in, be realistic about your expectations and don't go in too deep. One thing I've noticed about the metals market is that it's generally stable and makes very little changes over time until things are unstable, and then it gets pretty volatile. It goes up several points and down several points. On the other hand, if you are in the UK or Venezuela, then buying precious metals has definitely saved your ass and ultimately preserved your wealth and done exactly what it was supposed to do. So it really depends on your location and the market. And if you see something coming, fine. That's what you think. Go with it. It's just one of those things where it might not happen, and do you put all your eggs in a basket? I know some people think financial collapse is right around the corner, but realistically, Mother Nature is more likely to cause a SHTF scenario than a financial collapse in the imminent future. That isn't to say to prepare, but if you're able to have offsite items, then that's probably best for you anyway, so that you can be portable. So my main point is to be very critical about what your position is and what you decide to purchase based on watching YouTube videos. We're not experts. I'm definitely not an expert. I'm very new to this. So make sure that you do your due diligence and don't get in over your head. Or at least try to avoid it. Because getting in tough situations, it's always hard to get out. And once you are there, you never really know how bad it is until you're there. So just trying to say exercise some caution. Take what you see on YouTube with a grain of salt. It's only one form of input of many. Different channels stacked differently, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's all a personal preference. Just try to be responsible and practical. Let me know what you think in the comments section below about this subject. And if you like, please comment, like, and subscribe. And see you on the next one.